Hey, welcome back to Isla Glades, the start of our new city. Thanks for joining me as always. It's always a pleasure to have you. So this episode here is, I guess, going to be step three, which is going to be, running the actual road layouts for our our city, our starter area, as well as getting the basic utilities in. In the beginning, if you're playing with milestones locked, and of course you can still play with unlimited money and progress with the game. You're going to basically put down your power and your water first, right? Now, if you're playing with milestones unlocked, it's going to be a little bit more challenging because you have all services available to you. So all your citizens will want all those services. So you're going to have to kind of plan ahead a little bit more, figure out where you're going to put like all your city services, fire, police, health, garbage, all that stuff. All your schools. It's going to be they're going to be wanting it right off the bat. So if you play, let's say with the locked and progressive, then they're going to want things as you kind of unlock them. All right, so let's get started here. So I was talking with the Twitch folks and kind of planning this out a little bit earlier, and like I said, I think I want this road to kind of squiggle through here. So we'll squiggle through these trees, and then maybe come back, so like almost like a C shape, and then we'll have a road that I want to draw a road that kind of follows the coast here. So we'll have some houses along the waterfront, and then maybe we'll have another road that kind of maybe goes like this. I'm not sure about this road here. We're going to leave a gap because that's where we're going to put our first natural reserve park. And then the industry, we can just grid this out because the industry likes grids. We'll build like maybe 20 by, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8, whatever. We'll figure that out in a second. So let's first start our main road. I'm just going to draw it with like the dirt road just because if I don't like it, I can just blow it up later. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to cost a whole lot of money. We're just going to use the freeform tool. I'm just going to bring it in here. So I kind of envision it kind of coming through here. Hooking through here. And then let's see. And maybe kind of like going just like that. Maybe we'll move it over just a little bit here. Or maybe this will be a nice straight area. It'll go straight here and then come in. So that'll be our first commercial area off of here. And I definitely want to have a road that kind of follows the water. So this is helpful too. We're going to build, like I'll say, like quasi grid-like. It'll be grid-like structures, but it's not going to be a definite grid. And one way to kind of get out of like, if you're stuck, drawing grids, because that's all you know how to draw. I recommend just doing like what I'm going to do. Just look at we looked at the trees and we just split the trees, right? So then you come off here, you can't make a grid if you want to go through the trees, right? And maybe we'll keep the trees as a nice little entrance into the city. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we'll move them up here and we'll put some stuff here. We're probably going to have to because we need to actually build stuff and make some money. But just like follow like the land features, go into the terrain, overlay the info view, that's the resource, and just like look at stuff and say, okay, I know I want to build like along here, and just draw like your first road along the border. And that's what we're going to do right now. We'll take we'll just take the freeform tool, and we'll just kind of draw a road that follows that. It doesn't have to be exact, and however close you want to get it, you can get it. Just be mindful that it's going to probably pop up the land, so you might not want to be right on the coast. Leave, I don't know, that feels like a few inches, but who knows what that is in the game, right? So it's maybe something like that. It's like our first starting piece of road. And maybe it's going to curve up here. Kind of curve to here. And maybe we'll leave that alone and we'll make it so it's more square here. So maybe that'll be our first block. Then our second block will be here. Our third block will be here. And I think that'll be really nice. So what we can do here from here is depending on how much space you want to leave, depending on what you want to do, you can kind of come off a node like this, and then just make a road that's, like I said, kind of follows this road. So maybe we'll do that next. And I think I want to leave maybe at least two. Two buys you the ability to run a train track or a tram track behind your buildings. It also gives you the ability to run some of the Park Light DLC pathways, because I think they might take up one, but sometimes you want two spaces just to especially if the terrain is rough. So if you're dealing with a map that has, say, a lot of elevation in here, you might want to leave more than just, one or two units of space, because when the buildings want to build on like a flat piece of land, they might pop the land up or sink it down. You'll have these big like cliffs between buildings. So if you leave a little bit of space, it gives you the time a little bit later to use like the terrain tool and kind of smoothing that out so it looks a little bit more hilly instead of more of like a cliff-like city. You'll have a little bit more like rolling hill type effect, and it gives you the opportunity to plant some trees, do some detailing behind some people's backyards, expand their backyards, maybe put some of the leisurely, prop type assets in, which we can't access because we haven't gotten there yet, but we will, and I'll show you some of that because we're going to do some of that. So maybe we'll do like 4 units. So that this would be 5 because it's like half a road. So this would be like 4 here. And we'll just kind of like follow this curve, and hit it right here. If you see it's not lining up, then go back a node and see if you can have it line up a little bit better. And it could just be that the way I kind of pulled it off got a little weird. So we can go here. And it lines up pretty good. Maybe we could skip a node because we're lazy and just hit it here. And then maybe we'll hit it maybe like this. And what you can do here is just bring it like here. Just use the curve tool. We can't because we curved in too much. So maybe we'll cheat here and go over here. No, we're saving. Oh, it's so much faster when you don't have citizens. It saves so much faster. I can just widen a little bit. It's fine. And then maybe we'll draw like 1 more block. We're a little far from the exit here, so maybe we'll think about how we're going to curve it into here and bring some folks into here. We'll probably have a 3rd block, maybe a 4th block here. And maybe we'll start a little bit of a transition more in this direction. So the next road, maybe instead of it widening here, we actually probably should pinch it a little bit more and have it kind of come in. So like it almost like fans this way. And it might create like a nice big block area to put like a park in here. You can either use like the large park as a part of the base game, a small city in a small park, or something like that, like in this area, or make like a nice kind of like community center area where you can use some of the assets that you might have from some of the other DLCs, like the community center, the gymnasium, that kind of stuff, the sauna, kind of those kind of assets. Throw them in here. Throw some nice leisure items in here. So maybe we'll do something like that. Let's blow this back up. We'll just bring this back in. So we'll pinch it a little bit more. So we'll go out kind of here. Maybe we can do this. We have to make an S shape. Like Superman. We gotta be like Superman. We'll actually pinch it in 1 more unit. There we go. Kind of like that. Like that. Alright, let's see here. That's done. Let's go ahead and start to do the industry. And we'll just bring this out. I know we're going to want to do at least 20 units this way from the start. So we can go ahead and start a grid here. I think 20. We'll give it 20 and we'll give it an extra unit. We'll give it 2 extra units in case we want to run some paths. And same here. We'll do a full road length. And then like maybe 2 units more, so like 12 units total. And I could give us 2 units in the back, 2 units on the side. And we'll just build that grid. In case we want to run some paths or something. And I think that got messed up because of the node I like clicked on over there. I pulled it out, so we got to come from here. Sometimes other nodes like these nodes, these guidelines will trip you up, so you might have to come in the other direction. So that's probably good for the industry to start. Right there. And this one here, I would say leave at least 1 road length, so 10 units between say the entrance and exit of a roundabout, and where you want to kind of start your first road. So we could probably go here, or we could go somewhere here, or maybe even in the middle. Kind of like, once again, gives the traffic a little bit of time to kind of get down the road. If the intersection turns out to be a little busy, and maybe you want to build a little roundabout to kind of get people moving, you kind of leave yourself some room, or if they're busy at this intersection here, they don't like back up onto the roundabout. And it looks like we didn't flip the road here, so let's do that. So people can actually get on that road. Because you don't want to like build like a whole bunch of stuff right on the roundabout, especially the entrance from your city. We will be putting police and fire in here when we get it, because you know we're not going to have a whole lot of money, and we're going to want to spread them, you know, get as much coverage in all three like zoning areas as we can. But once we get the money and we upgrade this to highway, we'll be moving that, and we'll get to that when we kind of unlock that stuff. So here, I think what we can do is maybe we'll even just follow the curve of this road here, and maybe we'll put like a block on each side. And for this, guys, maybe we'll do 2 units of separation. Let's kind of do like this. That'd be enough for there, and maybe we'll do another one here. And maybe we'll start it here, and we'll just leave this as a nice entry into the city. And we'll bring some roads right there. So that's 1, 2. It doesn't want to snap there because, of course, that piece is there. So we can get up close, personal. I want to get like, oh, I had it right there. So we use this and we use the curve tool. It isn't going to give me a guy, so let's eyeball it. It's about there. And then we'll draw a couple roads that go like this. Yeah, so this will be, like I said, kind of quasi-grid-like. And maybe we'll leave, you know, we'll leave 20 units. So about here, so we'll maybe hit this node here. And we'll hit like a node here. That'll be our first like commercial area. And then we need to connect this to our residents. I kind of feel like we need to build a little bit more in here, but I hate to use too much. I mean, we are using the dirt road, so it's not like it's costing us a ton of money, but I just hate to put down too much infrastructure in the beginning. Especially since we don't have a whole lot of money, and we're gonna have to use the coal power plant, which is expensive. And I'm just not sure exactly how we want to run this road here. So we have a nice space here for, so maybe we'll follow kind of like this piece, and we'll have this road kind of go like this, and kind of come in here like this. So it'll like scoop and come down, because this is going to go this way, right? This is the main road. It'll kind of go this way. We'll have this road kind of follow that road and kind of go like this way. So maybe we'll just draw a road here and just see what it looks like. Kind of like this. And follow like the farming area. You see how you get the farming, the fertile soil? So maybe we'll do something like that. And then we're going to want these to kind of connect, and then we'll actually start another block somewhere in here. But that'll be much later on. So we want this to kind of connect up to here, so we can bring a road down into here, have a nice like kind of sweeping road, and have it land, we'll say, maybe here. Let's just do that. So kind of something like this. Maybe we'll do like a piece of straight road here. We'll just go ahead and do it. Make it 2 full. Oh, well, I guess we can't, because there's way too many things to connect to apparently. So I wanted to go 2 road lengths out. Well, I guess we can just turn off this guy here. We don't need it. Go out 2 road lengths here. Maybe we'll have this one connect. Oh, we need them. No, we have this kind of be like a little bit of a center road. It'll kind of connect down in here. This can curve up into here. So we'll do the whole 4 unit. Well, we're doing 4 units. So it's like here. So right here. Let's do something like this. And we'll connect this up like this. Actually, we'll just curve it. And I do want a little bit of a straight piece, so we'll just chop this off here. Just kind of curve it like this. And then we'll do something like that here. So these are what? We'll go ahead and make this maybe 2 units apart. because this was going to pinch. So maybe right about here. And we'll kind of like go like that. And then we'll do it, we'll just cook it in here. Can we just do that from here? Let's see. Maybe we'll hook it from here. Let's make this curve too. So we do like a half a unit, half a road length here. I'll redraw this piece. There we go. Start of our residential neighborhood. And maybe we'll have a couple cross streets. So we'll do something like here to here to here. Or maybe we'll pull it off like right about here. Yeah, this is probably fine. I'd like it to kind of curve a little bit. I want to get like in the middle of that spot. Like that. And maybe we'll do something like that here. Didn't make it easy for myself, that's for sure. There you go. That'll be the first blocks. I think it'll do well. Alright. So there's our first layout. We got the industry over here, nice and gritty, because they like grids. And it's nice and easy for the trucks to kind of move around. First commercial area will be like in here. And our first residential kind of like starter part will be here, and we'll just expand out as we go down in here. And then we'll put a park in here. First park will go here. Farming, industry, DLC here. Forestry, industry, DLC here. That's gonna be that's how we're gonna start it. And I guess we'll come back and do power and water next. So thanks for joining. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Have a great one. And as always, happy building.